Good afternoon. I am here today to do episode on why are religions so judgmental. Um, First off, how y'all doing today? Hope y'all doing well. Focusing on bettering yourself, bettering your life, drowning out negativity and toxicity, trending topics. Try not to put your energy into things that are like that and focus more on what I can be doing better all around. It's no race. Everybody moves at their own speed. We all are working on different things, hopefully. So it's no competition, at least when I look at it, when I'm speaking to y'all. I'm not speaking and trying to be like who's doing what, how much are they doing, how far are they going, nothing like that. A start is the most important thing. So if I worried about how my regimen that I'm going into, excuse me, or my routine of getting more strict with my diet, exercising twice daily, to get myself more healthy, more fit, to get my body back together, to balance myself. Because like I was saying before on the last episode that we talked about politics, I was talking about towards the end of the video about how I'm trying to balance myself more. I've been so caught in working on my spirituality, getting my emotional, my mental, and trying to be better with my finances, and how I'm not just spending on things and finding like more of a habit. Because I noticed that in the quest of my journey that I'm on right now, that the things I started to allow things to leave me and leave things alone from a habit perspective. And I kind of picked up more habits. So for instance, I stopped smoking marijuana and I stopped smoking cigarettes over 2 years ago. But what happened was I started to get more, eating more. I started to find comfort in food while I was, working on things, getting things out of my life that I didn't need. And I still, I don't drink like daily or weekly. Hell, sometimes not even monthly. But I will have a drink from time to time, if I feel like it. I smoke a cigar from time to time, but it's not nothing that I do on a regular. So it's not about eliminating everything. It's about critiquing, being better with yourself, being more honest with yourself about if you have an issue with something, whatever may be the case. I noticed that because I had left marijuana and cigarettes go, the food that I was eating in, still eating the same food, maybe eating more, but I was gaining more weight from that because marijuana and cigarettes and stuff and all those things you're doing, it kind of balances out. And that's crazy to say because, eating a lot of food and cigarettes and marijuana, I mean, it's not the greatest for you, for your body. But it kind of balances because you're smoking and different things like that. There's just different chemicals going on. So it kind of balances. So now I picked that up. So now I'm working to critique that and get that till I feel it's acceptable, until I feel I'm in a nice weight, a healthy weight, because I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older, and I want to make sure that I'm giving my body, my temple, the best ability for me to continue on this earth. Because if I neglect it, nothing is promised. So I want to make sure I'm doing the things I need to do so I can give myself the best opportunity to live out my life to the fullest. So that's pretty much there. I don't want to get too much off track. But I go back to what I said a little bit before I got into what my routines and stuff like that. Talking about competition, that I don't see it like that. And I think one of the main things that what causes people to be so judgmental in religion is the competition. And that's what it's not meant for that. I would speak this about religion, even though I don't believe in religions. I don't really practice any of the religions. I think the main goal for majority of religions is to get you closer to God. That's the main goal. But the thing that happens is religions become so routine and so formality wise that you start to do things in a set schedule and react this way around certain audiences. And because it's Sunday, let me get on my church clothes. Let me get my churchy speech together. You know, that type of thing. And if you are a Muslim or something, you know, you do the mannerisms of that, I mean, believing in that religion, so on and so on. I think it becomes a competition because the truth of the matter is that religion is man-made. And that's what everybody needs to understand. That's why I really don't understand why people judge other people just because they don't believe some of the same morals, values, sets, traditions, cultural relativity, things that apply to whatever you believe in. Just because theirs is different don't mean theirs is wrong. And then we start getting into believing in the God that my religion is saying is supposed to be. So I just want everybody to remember that religion is man-made. That's all I want you to do. So regardless of how gifted an orator you are, you not God. And regardless of how divinely connected you are with God and how great you are with phrasing a sermon or putting a message together, at the end of the day, it's all about God. And that's what I kind of want to get into. The reason why I don't believe in religion and why I don't practice religion, I once did, is because I have more freedom, and the point of religion is to get you to a closer relationship to God. So I have a relationship with God. I don't need any religion to tell me how my relationship should be with God. What are the do's and the don'ts? I don't need an infrastructure of people or a system to tell me how I should spend my time with God, or what I should talk to God about, or if that's right or wrong. I learned to be obedient. When I hear the voice of God, when I see the signs of God, I learned to be obedient. And by me being obedient, my connection becomes stronger. And that's all I need for me. Now, religion is a good thing for people who utilize religion to form a closer relationship to God. That's why I don't talk down on people who believe in religion, who are a part of religion. I don't talk down on them because I believe that it is still a conduit that you can use to get to the source that you're trying to get to. But, and this is the big but right here, sometimes religion consumes you to the point where you become sanctimonious, self-righteous, and you believe that you can do no wrong, and that whatever it is that you learning or you teaching, that it is the last word, I should say, is final. And I just happen to disagree with that. So I just got a few things that I wanted to go and show y'all. I had said last time, on the preview that I was going to do the show, that do people even know what they're believing in? Or is it something that's just been passed down and you continue to pick the ball up and just keep rolling with it, and you just be like, okay, well, this is the way or whatever? Because I was one of those people. I did that. But after doing research, after getting closer to God, I started to understand that it's way more complex than that. And that a lot of these religion systems, and I call them systems because that's what they are meant to manipulate you by failing to obtain and get things from you. So let me say something right here. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all realize, but one of the first Bibles was the Ethiopian Bible, and it had 81 books. Most of the Protestant Bibles today that you see in a lot of the religions, like Baptist, Pentecostal, Lutheran, and I can keep on naming a lot more, Apostolic. I keep naming a lot of these, and they're all different, but they all believe in the same God. But they all are different. They're all tailor-made to that denomination within that religion. And that's a whole total different topic. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to brush over a little bit of that because I want to just make this distinction. So that, like I said, it's 81 books, but in those it's 66. Another distinction, Catholics are part of that too, but they have 73 books in their Bibles. So we're talking about kind of taking away and keeping as you see fit to what tailors or caters to your belief, or the things you want pushed on or won't be a part of your traditions within these different Bibles. Like I said, the Ethiopian Bible is one of the oldest traditions and one of the oldest Bibles. And it has 81 books. And the Catholic has 73. And most of the Protestant denominations have 66. Not all, but majority of them. So that's one thing. Why are books being taken out of something? And how do you pick and choose which ones that you take and why? That might be a question that, if you really want to know, you just want to go with the flow and just follow, then that's fine. That's your choice and it's your opinion. But if you really want to know the truth, those are questions that you should ask yourself. So that's one thing. Now, another thing, a couple reasons why they said, I'll just name these things off. For one, it was different early Christian communities had different texts. Two, canonization, deciding what counts as scripture, which I just got done stating. And we're talking about the 200 to 400 AD, way back. Three, regional differences stayed. So the discrepancies about wherever you were at, you added that into. So if you get my drift, you can see what I'm saying, how some of these books were kind of tailored to fit a message, a different region of people it wanted to get it out to. The Protestant Reformation changed things again. So when Protestant, which is a lot of denominations that are over here in the United States or Western, they would say westernized. they changed a lot of things. And I believe the Bible is meant for lessons. It's meant to teach you the power of God and teach you different lessons. I don't take a lot of text as literal because I don't think that's how it was written. I think it was meant to be inspired by a spirit to give you lessons to be able to teach you throughout life, which is pretty much basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's pretty much what that is. That's the as far as the initials of the Bible, and that's what you'll hear pastors say that every time, or from time to time, the pastor basic instructions before you leave Earth. So it's pretty much like things to help you get through life as we know it, and so on. I guess it's like different traditions preserved in different collections. So this kind of the reasons that we're being given as far as that historical debates about authority and authenticity. So that's another one. So now we get down to the religion versus the relationship, and this is what I believe that is a major thing within this. So what is religion? An organized system, rules, rituals, and institutions. Community-based, which I just got done explaining about how different regions and stuff is different, and provide structure, identity, and shared beliefs. So pretty much, and I said this before, religions are like gangs. They're like gangs. Anybody who ever been in a game, a clique, or anything like that, it's different things that you abide by, that y'all go by, that y'all known for, so on and so on. So what is relationship with God? It's a personal connection with the divine, a direct prayer, a reflection, inner transformation. It's less dependent on institutions. That's where I'm at. And then, of course, it's spirituality, which is broader than religion, focus on meaning, purpose, connection with God, universe, or a higher power. So, arguments. Why people say relationship over religion. Number one is authenticity over ritual. Religion can become routine, going through motions, following rules without interchange. And before I go to the next one, you will see a lot of people in church that wear church clothes, that knows church jargon, but they still the same person inside. They still can be a mean-spirited person or a person that is obsessed with having their way. When the preacher is trying to preach something that might be able to help them, they have no, they don't want to change for the most part. So that kind of explains that right there. Now, a relationship emphasizes intent, heart posture, and personal growth. Those are the things that the reason why I choose relationship over religion. And like I said, to each his own. I'm not judgmental regardless if I believe a certain way, but I do get kind of irritated when I hear people trying to judge other people. And I'm like, you don't even really know what you talking about, what you studying, what's the crux of it, what is it meant? You don't know the background of it. You just speaking because you were taught this and you just kind of rolling with the ball. Another thing is direct connection. Instead of needing intermediaries, you speak directly to God. You develop your own understanding. This idea is rooted even in Scripture. Personal prayer teachings of Jesus Christ. That's true. Flexibility over dogma. Religion can divide people into right versus wrong, create competition, like you mentioned. Relationship versus spirituality focuses on alignment with truth, love, and purpose. Less about labels, more about living principles. Exactly. And that's another reason why I believe in relationship over religion. Number 4, Unity instead of division. Religion historically has caused division. Denominations, like I talked about, it's over 45,000 of them throughout the world. So we're talking about, and I'm just talking about Christianity. I'm not even talking about Islam or Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism. There are a number, and I'm sorry, anybody, I'm leaving you out. There are a number of them, religions, and they all are based in the faith or whatever it is their teachings are, in a semblance of peace and serenity. They all have that thing within them, which is a hallmark for them. Okay, so we said denominations, conflicts, because we have conflicts within the churches, within religions, within the denominations, within the religion, so on and so on. My belief versus yours, which happens a lot. That's why you got so many denominations, because if you notice, certain denominations cater to certain things. They're okay. Their leaders were certain ways, so they made their religions to kind of reflect the type of people that they were. So Lutheran, evangelical, so on and so on, Baptist, Pentecostal. It's so many. Like I said, it's over 45,000 plus of denominations within one religion. That's a whole nother discussion, like I said before. A relationship approach tends to ask, are you living with integrity? Are you serving others? And that's what I like too, because I found so much accountability with having a relationship with God. Accountability for myself. That even in situations where I may have not been wrong, I still can find something I can do better, or where I can hold myself accountable. Because at the end of the day, excuses is like a-holes. Everybody got them. And if you continue to make excuses, don't nothing ever get done. I could continue to sit on my tail and say, oh, I'm fine. I still love myself. Even though my weight is out of whack, I still love myself. But no, I take accountability for me getting better. And no matter how long it takes me, which I do got some goals. That's a whole nother thing. I ain't gonna go into. I got some goals on with markers as far as my weight that I want to meet. And I'm knowing me, once I lock in, I'm pretty driven. So I probably won't have no issues or problems getting to that. But yeah, that's another thing that I think I deem more of a quality when you're talking about relationship versus religion. 5, inner transformation versus external compliance. Religion often emphasizes rules and behavior. Relationship emphasizes character and transformation from within. So every time we're talking about relationship, we always talking about the inner instead of the outer. And your heart posture is one of the most important things that you need to be reflective when it comes to God. Because if you're going to have a relationship with God, he's going to touch your heart posture. Because regardless of who we are, we all have been through some things in this world. Whether it's been deep, dark things, deep-seated things from our past or our present or whatever. We all have been. And we have to take those things to God in prayer and allow him to lead us to ways to be able to handle those things so they don't start to form places of bitterness, resentment, rage, hate. We have to take those things and find a way to release them. And like I said, there's no set way of doing nothing. Like whatever your relationship is with God, as long as it's genuine and you're being you're having integrity and being honest about the situation, I think that's the most important thing. Now, if you start to use that to do devilish things and all that, that's a whole nother topic. And I mean, you'll be seen as a fraud. if that be the case. But for the most part, there's no set thing or set way. That's why I like relationship or spirituality over religion, because I want to go straight to the source. I don't need you to tell me how to get there, what I need to do. I want to go straight to the source and form my relationship where I can be brutally honest about when I'm struggling with certain things. Am I doing the right thing by something, or should I let it go? Whatever it may be the case, I want to take everything to God. And one thing I know about God is that when I'm trying my best, and He knows where my heart posture is, if I am going the wrong way on something, He will correct me and let me know. So, okay. Let's see. It was something I want to make sure that I touch, because when I start doing this, I just start to kind of babbling on a little bit sometime, and I lose my train of thought and the points that I wanted to get. Okay. So I guess my main point from the things that I've said is that my belief, what I have grown accustomed to doing, and I've been on this journey for over 2 years, probably closer to 3, maybe even more than that. But I've gotten better over time and time with different things. So I've got sharper in different areas, and nothing was perfect. Like sometimes I did things and I did the wrong thing, or I didn't do it properly, but over time, God would lead me, guide me, and show me. And sometimes I would see the same scenarios over to see if this time I did what I was supposed to do, like in the form of a test. For instance, I remember when, and this is something that's near and dear to me, because it was nothing but God that really showed me how to do that. And that's when I really seen, not the only time, but I seen His power really good. I know I used to get bothered by when people would say things about me, or would lie on me, or say things behind my back, or soon, bam, bam, whatever may be the case. And I used to be quick to want to defend myself and want to set the record straight, so on, so on, so. Until God started showing me that, no, don't do that. Because regardless if you call yourself setting the record straight or bringing the truth about, people still gonna have their own opinions about it. So this could be free promo for you. Because if people are putting your name out there, even if it's not in a good light, it's still free promo, because everybody not going to ride with what they hear. Some people going to actually go see for themselves. And that's when your character will be revealed. So, and it's a hurtful thing, because, I mean, anybody will want to defend themselves, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just being rational. Anybody will want to defend themselves. But why should I give people that type of reaction? Why? I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what I stand for. I know what type of person I am. So why do I need somebody else's validation to prove what already is? So I've learned that over time. Like I said, it was steps, levels, different things I had to go through, but I finally got to a place where it's never easy. And I'm going to get that out there. It's never easy. It's always, because every time it comes about, there's a decision to make. You can either give in to it, or you can stand firm and say, you know what? I ain't got nothing to prove. So whoever riding with you, just more revealing that it's happened for me on my side. So if When things like that happen, most of the time it's not even for you. Even though you're the person that's being humiliated, embarrassed, and ridiculed. It's not even for you. It's for the people around you. So you know who have around you. Because sometimes God wants to get you from out of situations and get you from around people in order for him to bless you. In order for him to bless you, he needs to isolate you and be able to get you to a place so when he does bless you, you know what to do with it. So that's a whole nother thing. I just wanted to share that, to show the power of God, because I know that about a year and a half ago, maybe early into my journey, or early middle part of my journey, I was like that. I was like, man, but I started to think about, like, what is it really what? The people that know me should know. And if they don't, hey, let me know where you stand. And the people that don't, what does that really matter? So, that's just something, one of the main things I had to learn. And the thing about it that God showed me is that my purpose is going to be greater than anything that can be said about me. So if I start to entertain all the things that people say about me, I won't even be able to focus and be able to keep moving, to be able to live out my purpose. So I had to, whatever. You got your opinion. You say what you want to. I don't care. As long as you ain't in my personal space, trying to put your hands on me or nothing like that, there's no need for me to do anything. Like, you can say what you want to say. I don't care. I'm still going to keep moving on. I'm still going to stay in my purpose according to how God wanted to be. It's going to move on his timing, not mine. That's something that I'm learning over time, is learning how to be patient with timing and so on. But I never feel the need to be validated. And I think that's I got out of, because when I used to feel that need to defend myself, it's more of a people-pleasing things. And one thing that me too, one thing that we have to understand is that the more you explain, the more you expose. And when I say that, well, if you tell the truth, why does it matter? Because you expose more for people to judge you more. So that's why, things happen. And sometimes we got to put our big boy and big girl pants on, and stop caring about what people really think or say about us. Because at the end of the day, it don't matter. People are going to talk about you regardless. So that being said, I know it ain't easy. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. It really is. But it's something that God is going to always test us on. That if we don't learn the first time he brings about, it will come about again. And that's kind of how life is. Because what God is doing is shaping us for something bigger. And before he can give us something bigger, he has to know that we aren't going to shrink, or we aren't going to, in some degrees, fold, or we aren't going to turn back into the person that he's been working on us to change from, to transform from. So, you just got to keep moving on, man. As hard as it be, sometimes it's just better just not to say anything at all. Silence kills people anyway. Silence kills people, especially if they waiting and thinking they're going to get a reaction out of you. Don't give them what they want. But for the most part, I will say this, like I said about the politics part, those that are religious or partake in religious activities, just do your research. And if you ain't gonna do your research, please don't judge people. Because how you gonna judge somebody when you ain't even standing firm? I don't understand that. How can you judge somebody else because they have a difference from you, or they partake in things that you don't believe in because your religion tells you that's wrong, but you don't even understand your religion fully, how can you judge? I'm just perplexed by that. I don't understand that. Excuse me. Closing out, I think that, excuse me. I think the reason why religions are judgmental are because they're in competition. And the reason why they're in competition because they all want to be able to say they have the right way and you have the wrong way. And that's why religions are just wired that way. And it's probably why it will always be that way. It'll always be like, I'm the right way, we the right way, you the wrong way, so on and so. And I just like having the luxury of just having a relationship with God, just treating people how I like to be treated, and trusting the Lord with all our heart, our mind, our soul, and lean not on my own understanding. There are a couple of things that I go by that really fulfills anything that the religion can teach. Just remember that religion is the reason why Jesus got killed. Just remember that. Because he was different. The reason why he was different because he was trying to show people that the religion ain't gonna save you. It's your works on this in this world, how you treat people. That's what's gonna save you. And when Jesus was doing miracles during Sabbaths or during traditional days, they were saying, "Hey, you're not supposed to be doing that," because he wasn't meant to come there to fit in. He was meant to stand out. He was meant to show that through grace, through love, through mercy, those type of things, that the law, whatever you deem as your God, is going to be fulfilled. Because if you're showing love, genuine love, you wouldn't do certain things that the law says that you shouldn't do. So when you take that into account and say that at the end of the day, the people that were supposed to be academic scholars of the religion are some of the same people who are right with Pilate's pontiff of killing Jesus. So just another tidbit right there. But that's pretty much all, man. I appreciate y'all. Did this one kind of just going on like one a week for the most part. Still working on some things, gonna keep working on some things. Always trying to be better. I love y'all with the love of God. I hope this message reaches somebody, maybe get somebody some ambition to want to research and look into certain things. Make sure that they on point. If not, I love doing it. And I'll see y'all on the next one, whenever it be. Maybe next week, more than likely, I'll do one. But y'all have a blessed Friday. I got me some fish from Century, and they cook it good up there too, man. But that's on another note. But y'all be good. This TJE from Pep Talk. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.